What is up, guys? Welcome back to LateNightFrights. I'm Chris Brock, the co-leader, and this week is a theme week. So if this week is a theme week, then last week we did horror battles, and I advise you guys to definitely go check out those videos. We had a solid week all the way around. And yeah, if you haven't checked them out, go do so, because they're pretty good. But for this week we have a new theme, and that is called Criminal Minds. And pretty much what it is about, it's pretty much we take and review films that are based on real-life serial killers like Ted Bundy, Ed Gein. I mean, there's so many of them. John Wayne Gacy. I mean, tons of them. Tons of possibilities, to review. I mean, there's a lot of good films. There's some that's not so good. The one that I picked, I'll get to that a little bit later if I think it's good or not. But it's not really like a documentary. It is about, we're just taking and reviewing films that are about the killer, but obviously with people playing the killer. It's supposed to be like a movie about his life, what happened, kind of like an adaptation of what he did, the crimes he committed, and stuff like that. So without further ado, the film that I selected to review for this theme is Ed Gein, the Butcher of Plainfield.
Ed, you okay?
We all thought that Ed Gein was a strange guy.
Haven't you had enough dissecting these bodies?
Bodies are just empty vessels. Ain't got no souls.
No!
Don't you talk to me like that, boy.
I'm sorry, Mama.
You better watch yourself, Ed.
Erica!
You see, you are hurting people.
Don't you see, we're all just flesh.
Okay guys, so I'm going to give you guys the basic plot to Ed Gein, the Butcher of Plainfield. Just a little rundown. Pretty much in the late 1950s, a small rural town in Wisconsin is rocked by a series of gruesome murders and grave robberies committed by a guy who has descended into madness. And obviously we know that's Ed Gein. Pretty much the movie centers around Ed Gein capturing people and slaughtering them. Most of them women. He does kill men also, but if you know Ed Gein, if you know your background, you know why he slaughters a lot of women. His mother, kind of traumatized him with all this religious stuff, and pretty much thought all women and sex were sinful. So yeah, just a little background there. But pretty much Ed Gein is capturing people, and one of them is Vera Mason, who is pretty much the mother of Bobby Mason, who is the sheriff's deputy, and also Ed Gein captures his girlfriend. So it's pretty much a race to get to find them, to ensue and try to get them before anything happens, because they don't even know it's Ed Gein, and when they find out, it's pretty crazy. It's a basic run-of-the-mill plot, but that is the basic plot for Ed Gein, the Butcher of Plainfield. Okay, going to be talking about the acting a little bit. Just going to name off the people that I know from other films and that I've heard their names before. Kane Hodder obviously played Jason in Friday the 13th Part 7. The New Blood Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, Jason Goes to Hell, and Jason X. I like him as Jason. I thought he did a really good Jason, even though he played Jason in the films that kind of, that wasn't that good. It was kind of like towards the end of the franchise, like it would start to slowly go downhill from that point. But I like him as an actor. I think Kane Hodder is really good. Definitely a physical, big dude. And that's where my problem lies. He's a good actor. He definitely, does a good job in this role as Ed Gein. He definitely sells it, but Ed Gein was only about 5'7" and 100 and, I don't know his exact weight, but he wasn't like 250 or whatever Kane Hodder is. Not that that's a bad thing. I can understand that they're wanting to bring Kane Hodder in because he is a, like a horror star, I wouldn't say horror legend, but he's a pretty big star in the horror world. But if you're really going for a straight up adaptation of Ed Gein, I kind of gotta say something about that, because Kane Hodder's a huge dude. Ed Gein wasn't that big. But other than that, he did a good job. You have Michael Berryman from The Hills Have Eyes, The Devil's Rejects, and some other stuff. He's in a small little part, and Priscilla Barnes. I thought they did a really good job. Overall, I thought the acting was pretty decent for a direct-to-video film. Okay, guys, so I'm going to talk about the special effects and the directing. Starting off with special effects. I thought the special effects were pretty good for the most part. Obviously, it is a direct-to-video film, so there were, limitations with what they could do. But adaptation of Ed Gein and his life, I thought they did it pretty good of what he did. Because there, especially towards the end, there was, in the farm, there's a body that was slaughtered. I thought that was a really cool effect. And then, when the sheriffs, they walk into the house and they see, what Ed Gein has done to the character. I'm not going to spoil it, but wow, it was pretty good. I thought it was weird, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. Like, it's messed up, but that's a pretty cool effect. I wonder how they did that. That was pretty decent for a direct-to-video film. The other stuff, like the stabbing and hitting, the blood, it looked good. The only thing I can really say is maybe the lighting could have been a little bit better, because the blood's kind of dark. But I mean, I guess that's kind of fitting because it's supposed to kind of be like a gritty film. But yeah, in terms of special effects, I thought they did pretty good. And the directing, I feel the same way about the directing as I do the acting. I thought it was pretty decent for a direct-to-video film. I don't know who the director is, but he did a good job, I guess. It really is what you get with a direct-to-video film. So I can't really say that it was fantastic in either of those categories, but they did what they had. They worked with what they had, and I thought they did a pretty good job. But yeah, guys, that right there is pretty much it for my review of Ed Gein, the Butcher of Plainfield from the year 2007. I would say check it out if you're a fan of Ed Gein. Well, I kind of take that back. If you're a fan of Ed Gein, then you are sick in the head. Like if you're a fan of what he did is what I meant. But if you're just curious about his life and what it's gonna sound weird, but what type of murders he committed and how he did it, which that stuff does interest people, which myself included. It's cool to see it. It really is. It's cool to see how his life was. It's kind of frightening that this guy actually did this. Obviously, there was some stuff in there that wasn't, based on true events, just like the whole mother getting captured and, the girlfriend. But some stuff in there, for the most part, is what Ed Gein did. How he slaughtered people and, took their skin and just did crazy stuff. So if you're interested in that, definitely check it out. If you're very interested in that, I would slightly recommend the film. It's not a great film, but it's pretty decent for a shot-to-video film, direct-to-video film. I don't know, I can't say shot-to-video, but yeah, that is pretty much it for my review. Leave a comment down below. Do you like Ed Gein, the Butcher of Plainfield? And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.